Welcome back, everybody, to the second map of North versus Riders. And it's already quickly underway. Christu, he's trying to just fight down Banana, extending all the way down to the logs with a teammate over the shoulder. They've gotten themselves the 5v4, and it's a bit of an A-peak as well to try and establish a little something. Now, the T's are going to disengage. So it's still me, Scrawny, joined by Wolfie, and the two of us are going to take you through what should be, based on history, a map win for North.
Yeah, fingers crossed it's not. Let's hope for a third map because they have been bangers so far. But at the moment, North doing a good job early. Cajun B from the pit with another, whiffing his shots onto Lol, but able to pick the player out of the sky. And with 3 quick frags, this round feels like it's done. Steal the last man in towards shore. A flawless pistol on the board from North. And I think that's exactly the start Movistar wouldn't have wanted. The early momentum going the way of the CT side. North looking fantastic in their aggression as well, just taking that banana control away, taking map very early on, and now it's not going to be a good look for the T side. No bomb plant, so no real opportunity to force buy, and this one should be another one of those nice, quick Glock ecos.
Which I'm always for. I can get behind these, you know?
Yeah.
These are never the most exciting rounds, so let's just get to it, folks. Let's just get into the action. But how about that MP9? Maybe that could rack up some frags. Not likely. They are doing a great job of avoiding the SMG. You know, for a Glock rush, this one really slowed down quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, Movi are taking it a little bit slower than I perhaps would have expected, but they're getting some map control off the back of it, and I think you can start to see the idea of the play, right? Couple out of the apartments, 3 players on short. They just look to rush straight on in, and it's not going to work out. The idea was good at least, and Steel does manage to get himself just the 1 frag, taking out MSL, taking out the Orpha as well, which could be interesting as the first half, you know, really starts to develop. Getting those frags onto the Orpha means it's going to be a little while longer before he can get that big green gun in his hands, but that went pretty much as expected. They tried something a little bit different, played contact for a while, then rushed through short in the apartments, but it doesn't work out. They will be able to get full AKs and utility into the next one, and it's going to be North looking for a little bit of a bonus round. Not too much, though, just the 1 SMG on AZ on that MP9, and I suspect we're going to see some more banana aggression coming out from him.
Yeah, not wasting any time getting down to the logs. Mopaz knows it, though, and he just blows Christu's head off. Then Eastor, he's going to try to trade out that MP9. AZ making the most of the movement advantage, just swinging and spraying and praying that he would take down that player. But it is the man advantage up for Riders, even if it's just barely. With Eastor on 13 HP, this opens up banana control if they decide to move this way. Of course, we could always just see Riders slow things down. And I think we're going to get more of that. Again, the pressure is on. This is the decider match for this group. And I think it's fair to say that neither of these teams would have as good of a chance if they weren't playing each other. May I present to you the decider games of the other 3 groups? Fnatic versus G2, Big versus FaZe Clan, ENT versus Heroic. Other than ENT versus Heroic, I don't think you can make the argument that North or Riders would stand a playoffs chance versus any of the teams in those other games. So this is their chance. This is the group that has afforded them a chance at a deep run and a good collection of them valuable Valve points. So we shall see. Take it seriously because elimination is on the line.
Take it seriously, they do. 3 players to take the bracket control. MSL, though, in a fantastic spot. The double spray down on with the low HP player, make it a triple before he's traded. Lol, able to salvage something as he looks to get this bomb plant down, but surely he doesn't expect Gade on the close angle. Nothing he can do at all. Gun down in the back as North get their 3rd, and MSL comes up big. 6 frags so far inside of 3 rounds. The hero playing that one, really, because they were already a man down. They had damage done, sure, but they hadn't converted upon it yet, and he's really given his team a lifeline, as we're going to see Movi again down on this half by Deagles. Tech 9s, they're viable on Inferno to say the least. It's going to be a matter of where they look to deploy them against what is now a very strong full buy. MSL has got his AWP. They've got full nades absolutely everywhere, and they're going to look to use some of those early mollies as well, as MSL just peeking straight down mid is going to pick off the player out in T-spawn.
To contextualize Inferno, last time they met, of course, 8-7 half to start. So just, again, like a broken record, I'll repeat myself. It's just been close halves, close maps every single time. But AZ, stop it. Just stop. Give them a chance to breathe. Give them a chance at a deagle shot. I don't even know if any of those T's shot a bullet back the other way.
That's just not fair. That's 3 kills through smoke for AZ. He's just tracing them. I think there was a tiny gap in the right-hand side of it, so he could see at least the idea that they were crossing, and then he's just railing them. Everyone who comes his way, he is murdering. 4 frags in the round, really looking to prop those stats up, and for Movi, the problem is they've not really got any damage out of these opening engagements. If those pistols get 2 or 3 frags, then the CT economy is a completely different picture. Instead, they're starting to build themselves up a nice little bit of bank as now the first rifle buy comes out and it's Eastor on the AWP to try and get aggressive early. The nades, not going to do too much damage for the CT side, just tickling away at the first couple. Now the counters start to come through. Nice HE onto AZ to bring him down to 50. Potentially some damage that could be converted on as Mopoz is going to use more utility to make sure Banana is clear. The nades being traded early on, a signature of Inferno down towards Banana. But the T side, they're going to slow it up again. 2 players taking that Banana control, a couple in towards the apartments, and now they go for the send. Mopoz close on the angle, traded 1 for 1, but Alex, again, there to back his teammate up, there to find the refrag and follow up with the nade, as his team once again with the man advantage.
Yeah, we had Riders averaging 1 kill per round coming into this 5th one. So, above average performance for the time being. Steel looking to lead the charge up short A. Gate, not behind the same box as last time. Excellent flashbang. Cajun able to lend a helping hand here, but now he's got to make a decision. Does he force the issue? He can't. He can't even try if he wanted to. The smoke grenades are refurbished in front of him, and he's just going to have to walk away. The 2-man save for North in Riders' first round win. They're going to keep that op up. They've got the 2 AKs. Good squeeze onto the A site there for the Ts.
Yeah, really nice anchor around that B play as well. They get the picks there. They know that MSL's going to be stuck on the AWP, right? He goes for a couple of wall bangs, so he gives away the position of the AWP, and the call's made. We'd rather go towards the rifles than the AWP. So they make the right call. They hit the right bomb site. Good use of the utility all around. The nice flashbang came in for North. It was almost unfortunate that they couldn't get more done with it, because I think if they get 1 extra frag there, then they probably give this retake a go. Instead, they're happy to resign themselves to giving away a first round to the T side of the Movistar Riders. The cash still pretty flush, so they're going to be able to buy, and an opportunity to go for, I wouldn't call it a hard reset anymore, more of a soft reset onto the T side economy.
Yeah, a little floppy. But let's see. Thinking to myself, that utility usage on Banana, that bodes very well for Riders. I want to keep an eye on that one, because they hit 2 dirty frag grenades, each of which for 50. So the timings and the placements of those frags were perfect, but placement of that smoke, not so much. It just hits the tip of the half wall, bounces back on Mopoz, and they can't make the most of it, even if they wanted to. And if they choose to get aggressive here into the Banana, well, it's there for the taking, unless they walk into the scope of MSL. Maybe the scope of MSL will walk into them. He's starting to get a little bit curious here. Flashbang trying to prime Mopoz, but MSL will best him. He takes a bunch of damage, so he's got to be wary of those great grenades. Alex, another to the right here. Yeah, that's an easy shutdown. He doesn't need the headshot. He doesn't need the full connection. Just a little bit of health was left for MSL. AZ calls for the rotate. Christu comes over. There's no bomb picked up for Riders, so they don't necessarily have the ability to commit here. But they'll take the real estate they can. They'll take that map control. And Alex, ooh, he's going to creep right through that smoke. He catches AZ off guard. Great timing. But Christu shuts it down.
That frag was crucial. B-bomb site was looking vulnerable, and it still is. There's 3 more players from this T side looking to abuse the low HP of Christu. And this, well, it's going to be all on the timing. Straight through the smoke. Steel will find it. And that's the B-bomb site. And I think, again, there's a decision to be made for the CT side, and it looks like they've made it already. 2 players firmly sticking in towards that A bomb site, wanting nothing more to do with it. And this is really how CT side Inferno can play out, right? If you lose a bomb site with 2 players so far away, there are just too many angles to cover. It's just too long of a rotation, and you have to resign yourself to holding on to the rifles you can. Movi, again, doing a great job of getting into the bomb site, despite going a man down early. I think MSL perhaps a little bit too keen, not expecting that player off to his right-hand side, and gets punished for it. And off the back of it, it's just a really clean execution across the board from the Movistar Riders. They get their second round on the board. They keep their 3 rifles up as well, so they're starting to build a pretty solid foundation of a T side here on Inferno.
Yep, so far so good. Good for them. Again, good banana squeezes. It helps that MSL, of course, kind of offers that first kill. And then we saw the consistent back and forth affair that happened on that B bomb site. Christu almost doing enough of a good job to completely shut that one down. But MSL, I mean, peeking back down banana, 9 HP. Not only was he susceptible to like a frag grenade, but we saw it. A couple of shots through the edge of the wall into his feet was enough to take him out. And then from there, the ball of yarn unraveled. So, hey! He hits the headshot through the wall. Cajun down low. So that's a nice little, you know, either we're looking at the utility on top banana for damage or those sorts of shindigs. Cajun B, one of the 2 well-equipped players in this round for North, and he never even gets a chance to shoot back.
Yeah, that's one of those unpredictable ones that feels very unfortunate. Your rifle already down to 27 HP really puts the pressure on Gade to perform, and he's not going to be given much of a chance to. He's over on this A-bomb site with his companion rifle, and it's going to be onto the Deagles and the default pistol. We've seen these pull off damage on Vertigo. Let's see if they can get any on Inferno. A disgusting shot from Christu to open things up, and probably they're still going to look to commit off the back of it into the Deagles and the USPS. And Christu, he wants more. He's looking for a timing through the smoke. Not quite going to connect, but he's going to go back again and find himself a second. And all this is detracting from MSL.
What?
A triple for Christu. Gade rotates in for
What?
one, making a quad through the smoke. And man, oh man, you just can't even write that.
Excuse me? Christu? Just putting those 7 shots through the smoke 3 or 4 times, picking up kills with each and every one of those magazine spams. That has to sting. What a way for North to get kick-started back into the gun rounds. You see it. 3 saved AK-47s. They had so little to work with. They turn this one around. Riders, they've got to bottom out their bank accounts just to try and fight for this third. If not, North 6-2 plus a broken economy for the T's. They're lucky they still have 3 rounds of loss bonus. But Eastor, he gets that mid pick. It's MSL down. The op duel straight up favoring Riders so far.
Start, and they've got it. It's a question of conversion now. Timing good onto AZ, fully blinded, desperately making his way back to the bomb site, somehow still alive, but with his teammate taken out in transition, Cajun gets a nice double over on A, but the B bomb site's open. They've got that control, and oh no, they've left the bomb top second mid. This could be everything. You can see Gade thinking about the peek down mid as well. If he can get the timing for just 1 frag here, this whole round falls apart. That bomb needs to be recovered for the Movistar Riders. And North, for the time being, they don't have a clue. They haven't pushed. They haven't spotted it out. So Lowell will be able to get away with it for now. There's enough time left on the clock for them to salvage this one. But that could have gone so much worse for the Spaniards.
Absolutely. If Gade has some kind of an inkling to walk down middle there, you can tell that he's still a bit worried about the potential for the A hit. They've forfeited B. They've let that one go. But if Gade decides to walk down mid, if he tries to clear alt, he sees that bomb, and this setup drastically changes. In fact, Cajun would have been close enough for them to just try to fight on top of it. Cajun could have come through apartments and pinched on the backside of alt. So there was definitely a world where Gade walking down mid makes a world of difference. Oh, we're going to throw the snipers on top of the rooftops here. Hide your weapons and try to save them forward. MSL, he was the first casualty of this round, so it was that heads up op fight that favored Riders. Good thing they didn't lose that bomb, though. This one, a third for the Riders, so a T side that just keeps on giving. CTs, no round loss bonus. This is going to hurt for them. Again, it's a good thing that the 1 round they won was where 3 players didn't spend anything, or else they wouldn't have enough money to be rebuying right now. We'd have Riders running away with the anti-eco round wins. So this is actually huge. Cajun B, nearly $10,000 on his save. He actually hasn't died yet, now that I take a look at the scoreboard. So the man's making money. However, he's losing rounds.
Yeah, and I think this is probably the last one they can comfortably afford to lose as well. Looking at the cash across the board, 1 round loss bonus as well. They can't afford to be losing this one. There's not enough money left in the bank to keep bailing themselves out. So this is their opportunity now. And you can tell Movistar know it as well, right? They take the pause. They're going to be working out the strategy because they know they can just steal this 1 round away. Then they've got a second opportunity up against the upgraded pistols, up against the Deagles to try and put it to bed. So 4 rifles coming out early. Lol yet to buy, but will pick himself up the 5th. Good utility across the board again. Movistar Riders, they really relied and anchored on that AWP in the previous. This time, not able to get it out. It'll be interesting to see if that's going to cause some issues. Pretty default play again, coming out early from North, but 3 towards B suggests they might want to try and take some banana control.
The timing grenade. And it lands. See, that nade's tough because it really boils down to the timing. If you can catch somebody jumping onto Balk... Oh, wait! Oh, my God. Those nades almost won better, but they actually sail a bit too far. So, again, the potential here in terms of damage was massive. Steel could have been dropped down to 50. Christu could be dead. However, we're going to sit pretty in a very passive from North 5v5. They've forfeited all of banana control. They're not peeking down middle. They have no eyes on apps. There's nobody even watching top brackets. We could have riders literally standing in mid right now on the top of it, close to Arch, and nobody would know for North. So, no info North. That's what we'll call them here in the 9th. Gonna see if they can hold off the B hit. They've got the smoke on AZ. Christu with one of his own. No Molotovs for either of these B players, so there's nothing technically stopping riders. They could just charge through and hope to trade frag their way to victory. Christu, he's going to try to pop his head back up. Mopaz takes him down. AZ, excellent flash. Oh my God! He nearly kills every single T on his own. Thanks to Lowell, who lends a helping hand, shoots into the back of his teammate, and has now been naded to a quarter of his health. AZ is the shining star for North this round. And it's a desperate post-plant attempt here for Lowell, but he does get that first headshot. He has a chance. Despite it slim, he had a chance. Despite it small.
He had an opportunity, at least able to get that bomb down and give his team the extra $800 because that hold from AZ was spectacular. One flashbang just completely derailed the Movistar Riders. Everybody fully blinded, nobody able to form any kind of a response as he just holds left click and keeps on spraying. Those 3 frags, absolutely crucial. He loses his teammate for nothing. He had to be the anchor, and he does it again for North. Showing up, the big man in the previous series is doing it again. And interestingly, Movistar Riders, they're going to look for the force buy. Just the 3 AK-47s, a couple of SMGs, and there are a couple of players without head armor over on that CT side. Christu and MSL opting against the investment, so potentially some opportunity there as we see Cajun and Gade going for a timing nade stack again, this time in towards the apartments, and it's going to chip away at Lowell. Down to 8 HP, the MAC-10 goes. The only real perk is it is an SMG, and MSL on the AWP will pick him out. The early man advantage found for North again, as these MAC-10s looking to get some speed behind them. Mopo's able to get one from the fully blinded player. Trades coming out from the rifles, and Gabe, he's got to buy time. He knows it. Drops the smoke to counter the Molotov before it's even thrown, but look at this position from Steel.
Yeah, he's ready to cut them off. Flash goes out from Arch. Good enough timing on it. They still have Gate and Pit, and this convinces riders to leave because they see that it's the double rotation. So Steel, he calls that both those CTs came over. B site completely clear. They're going to try to sprint back into it, but Christu looks to post himself up. He's got some grenades, but whoa, be careful. Now they're holding him in here. They're going to actually push on him. Eastor, he tries to aggress onto Christu, and it's going to cost him. Alex, 1 versus 3. Let's see if he can do what Lowell couldn't. No, sir. No follow-up frags. There's good damage on AZ and Christu, but that is going to be the 7th round for North now. So a substantial 4-point lead, consecutive CT rounds. This ends the back-and-forth affair we had with 4 rounds non-consecutive wins. This is the CTs with a real chance to stabilize. Even though they've lost 3 rounds, they have never had less than 2 players survive each and every single round. Very good economy control for North.
And And it's absolutely crucial on Inferno to keep that economy in control, to not allow yourself to go down to those half buys. And
So
to be
true.
fair to North, the one time they did, they made it stick, right? Christu found himself a quad kill on the Deagle, and that jump-started what has been a really solid start to their CT side. 7-3 up. Mobi again going to go for the force. This time a little less in terms of sacrifice. Still the one Mac 10, this time on Eastor, as Steel picks himself up a Galil. They're going to look for a very similar start to things, taking that control of alt mid, taking control of top as well, as they start to push their way around and bleeding good utility from the CT side while they're doing.
Flash over top of the app. Skade gonna be blinded. Luckily, he's got Cajun to take the attention away, and he just clips 2 sets of wings as they try to soar down into the pit play. Gade, he is making the difference this time. Steel running and gunning with the Galil inside the bomb site. It works for one, but Gade, he has been so good in this position. Tries to, over the smoke, finish this one off. Steel swaps to the AK and cuts a player down. This is a 1v3 attempt in a very winnable situation if he had more health. It's doable, just unlikely. Bomb as well, not in his possession. MSL called back into the action as Steel's been confirmed to still be here. And Gade, he goes ahead to take a 4th frag of his own. Very lucky, I'd argue, that Gade, while he was blind, wasn't killed inside the graveyard stairs. But it's because the T's tried to prioritize Cajun B, and in killing him, it allowed Gade to get his eyes back up. He has 9 kills, 1 death. That's it.
Timing seemed just ever so slightly off there for Movi. They sent the Mac 10 out first, completely understandable. He's prioritizing the graveyard, right? He starts to push on through. He's getting gunned down in the back from the mini pit, but the second player is just a little bit too slow to come out. He can't find that frag before his teammate goes down. That trade gives enough time for the flashbang to fade away and for Gade to have himself that lineup, to give him the opportunity. And if you're going to give a player like him the opportunity, he's going to take it with both hands. Again, they want to pressure A. Again, Gade finds the first from inside of the pit, and that Molotov buys him yet more time. The smoke to back him up. Cajun B's alive on the site, and it's a clean-up once again. Lol, the last man alive, I think spotted out as well. Gade reads it beautifully. He's got himself a triple kill. And A, I think at this point, you've got to just call it closed if you're Movistar. Yeah,
Gade, he is a boulder on that A site right now. And now we're getting into the realms of the terrifying T side. This is not looking good for Riders. Even when they won 7 of their T rounds last time on Inferno, keeping North at an honest 8 CT. Well, they lost that game pretty convincingly in a 16-11 fashion. So we know the T side of North is going to be coming and packing a punch. The fact that Riders may not have much of a defense to hang on to is what starts to worry me. Mopaz, he's burned into the open, and this is just clinical. I mean, op shot, insta-frag, molly on the next player. Gade comes out from Boiler, and he's even got a teammate here. So if Alex had killed him, which he hasn't, because Gade seems damn invincible at the moment, well, it still could have been quickly quelled to the favor of North. Cajun, he's going to post up on Boiler. Lowell's got 10 health, and the moment he walks out, Christu's going to kill him. A 10th round for North, and they could very honestly, with the convincing fashion of some of these rounds, take this 12-3, and I wouldn't be shocked.
And this is Movistar's pick. That's the really concerning bit. Vertigo went down to the wire. Sure, North picked that map knowing it would be close, and they managed to scrape their way across. And now, well, they're really showing Movistar Riders how to play a CT side on Inferno. 10-3 up. Again, this time a half buy, a 1 hero rifle onto Lowell to try and get something done. And it just looks like the Spanish team, they're starting to run out of ideas a little bit. They're queuing up on Banana. The Molotovs will do some early damage, will force players into awkward positions. Mopaz has been heard inside of that smoke as well. Might catch himself for timing, but AZ is going to read it well. The M4 will draw first blood, and as the pistols look to swarm, there is plenty of presence. Steel with a quick headshot on the CZ, buys his team a lifeline. The flashbang allowing him to cross, but AZ again is here. He trades 2 before he goes down. Christu is a 1-for-1, and 2-on-1 with that bomb going down. You're not going to write Eastor off just yet.
No, not yet, but he does have 4 kills. And to be fair, the player on his team with the most is 6. So it's really just everybody getting knocked out for Riders. Let's see what he can do. First CT about to cross by doors. They're cautious. One jumps over. Now it's Cajun in the heads up 1v1, doing a little bit of damage and burning Eastor back. Frag goes deep, but Eastor goes forward, and he misses his second chance too. Cajun B, 1 versus 1 on the B side, could take that 11th for North. Again, North, they're just feeling so confident in their CT side right now. And I don't blame them. Everything is going well. The individuals are clearly shining. You have got riders pinned against the wall right now. So don't let off the gas pedal. Keep trying to throw yourself around the side of smokes. Keep going for these audacious flashbangs and frag grenades and everything that seems to be working for you. Because this is sickening in terms of North keeping it so one-sided. You are right. This is the map pick of Riders. And the coolest thing about this series, this revenge match for Riders, is that these teams actually picked the same map that their opponent chose in the last series. So North, they decided they could do better on Vertigo, and they proved it. Riders thought they could do the same on Inferno, and it's not quite working, Wolfie. Another 5 versus 4 thanks to MSL's op. He gets aggressive inside of the apartments, falls back, and they just need to wait for Riders to make their final move on this T side.
Looks like that final move is over towards B, and again, the read is good. MSL will start his rotation in. A smoke should come through to at least block his vision, but there isn't. He's going to pick one on the cross. Eastor with a trade at least for time being, but that Molotov buys even more room. It's going to be AZ with another frag. Eastor trades it, but MSL is there immediately. North's rotations have looked absolutely stellar, as has the entirety of their CT side, and I think now the pistol round is essential if Movistar Riders even want to have an opportunity of taking this to a third. Yeah,
this is North stepping it up, and again, you know, this kind of group, Group B for the CS Summit 6. Obviously, Vitality has topped it 2-0 with the best of 3 win over Fate and North, and obviously Riders, they open versus North, a 2-1 affair, so incredibly close. But, you know, I tried to paint that picture of like Riders proving they were a step better than Fate, and Vitality proved that North weren't quite there yet. So what was going to happen when we got this rematch? Was it going to be, again, a nitty-gritty, close type affair? Because if Riders were able to win a best of 3 over top of North, this would just indicate to us that North are on a downward trajectory. Seeing as this specific matchup has always led to North with wins, to do so now, right before the player break, I don't think would bode well for the Danes. So the fact that they have instead chosen their opponent's last map pick, improved on it with only a 2-round difference, but still they won, and they did it with incredible mid-round moments, right? That first game of Vertigo gave us some sexy CS. And now that we've jumped over here onto Inferno, okay, I see you, North. Clearly, you are the better team today. And that's what they needed. You know, this is the kind of showing that may make us believe that as this tournament goes on, as we get into the playoffs, that North actually has something to say. Because again, the other teams that are still in this event seem a bit better. And with OG topping a group and Godsent topping a group, it's going to throw the seeds into whack. And next thing you know, you may be facing one of the better teams in your first match of the playoffs. So North, they need this. They need this for themselves, and they need this for us, the viewers, to believe that this roster's got something to offer. I mean, Gade, he has been invincible. Christu has looked awesome, especially on Vertigo. He pulled out some huge individual moments. Cajun's got that 10-4. I mean, this is the stomp that North absolutely need. You know, every once in a while, you've just got to just crush your opponents into nothing but dust. And then you get to feel good, and you just have to kind of, you know, not think about their tears.
Yeah, just don't think about what's going on the opposition side of things.
Not your problem.
Yeah, exactly. Not their concern. They're doing fantastically so far, and they're going to look for some early banana control as well. Counter-aggression coming in as Eastor, you'd normally see that CZ, if it's invested into, over towards top banana. Instead, he's opted to take it close into the apartments, and that is not looking like a fantastic call at the moment. Mopos, isolated over on B, does have some utility to stall, but there's a full execute in the works here from North. They have invested heavily into the nades, the smokes, the Molotovs, flashes to just make absolutely sure that there is nothing Mopos can do here. They rain over the top as the push starts to come, looking for the timing, and he's not going to connect onto anybody. It's a free bomb site. It should be a free plant as well. Movi looking for the 5-on-5 retake, buying some time for the rotations as Gabe does just tap that bomb once, make sure there's nothing too cheeky going on, but it is a 5-on-5 retake required for Movi to really keep themselves in this game at all. That CZ still making its way around. Can they make it happen?
Good utility for a retake attempt, at least. The T's, they drop a smoke of their own, so suddenly it's going to be real difficult. It's going to be a bit of a chance here when it just boils down to the smoke push. Christu tippity-tapping away into the 3 headshots as AZ grabs a double. A full house between AZ and Christu, and that spells disaster for Movistar Riders. 13-3, trailing by 10, and having to essentially force by all the way to the end of this game. This kind of starts to sting a little. I want to look away, Wolfie, but I know we've got to finish this.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you're going to want to go and wash your eyes afterwards because it's just not fair, is it? The confidence is on an all-time high for North. They push through the banana smoke, get the couple of picks they need, and at least there's something this time for the Movistar Riders. Alex, the nade combination with Mopoz gets them an early pick and gets some damage onto AZ as well. And we've seen time and time again in this series that these investments, these force buys, they can work for a CT side. And on a map like Inferno, where you can get that early man advantage through nothing more than $600 worth of nades, there really is an opportunity. It's going to take something a little bit special, something very Christu-esque over onto B, but the rotations are giving Movi a little bit of room to breathe, at least for now, as North potentially starting to rethink their options. Bomb making its way back down towards spawn, but it looks like with all 4 players queued up in towards banana, they've only got one site in mind.
Met by a smoke, though. So if they thought that they were about to pull the trigger, it's going to have to wait a little bit longer. On top of that, Mopoz, he's here at B with another smoke. So we know exactly what's going to happen here in the next 20 seconds. That first smoke's going to fade, Mopoz is going to refurbish it, and then all of a sudden, we have to wait another 20 seconds. That's going to give North just about 20 left to work with. And so when they decide to go for the full execute, it's going to be heads up. No rotate back. North decide to smoke off CT spawn. This puts 2 of the defenders on the bomb site, and Lowell with a chance perhaps to try and swing this in. MSL, he takes to the back so that bomb's not dropped in the process. You don't want that getting things zany. And Alex, well, he's going to try to connect the deagle shots. Lowell gets the first one and a couple more. 3 deags from Lowell and 2 frags off Alex. That's what you need, Riders. That's your second chance. You let that round right there fire you up. You scream on TeamSpeak. You cheer. You have to ignite the flame. Somebody needs to just douse the sparks in gasoline. And with the economy that comes with that, 2 M4s, 3 M4s even, this is their chance. It is a long shot. By no stretch of the imagination, this is a long shot. But they still happen, Wolfie. These upsets can happen.
I've seen it too many times to count it out, and there's a real opportunity. The problem being, there are some upgraded pistols. AZ has got his hands on a deagle. Gade has managed to scramble together a P250, and if they can find a couple of frags here, then life gets awkward on the CT side economy. A 2-for-1 trade. Christu gets the rifle taken out, but Lowell immediately there to back his teammate up, and this is clean. Only one man gone so far. And that bomb stuck in towards bottom of mid as well. Flashbang for further aggression. Lowell should spot out what he needs to know. But Christu has managed to get his way all the way onto the A bomb site. I don't think they have any idea. Alex reads it beautifully, though. Takes the dink in his stride. And with just 1 rifle down, Movistar Riders, well, they have their 5th. And this potentially is a little bit of breathing room for them as well, because North haven't got enough cash to buy.
True. They're going to have to hold off again. So this is a 6th one for the Riders, let's assume. And if they can do it with more players alive, then they've got that economy. The economy that we thought they would never have because they lost that second pistol has instantaneously been gained because of all the weapons they were able to save. So let's see. Oh, that is a hefty nade. And the follow-up spray from Mopoz. He's got himself 2 kills. Lowell dunks a dirty frag down onto the heads of Cajun and AZ. Alex blinded, finds that last one. Ooh, that was quick. Right back into the action, though. We will have a gun round from North.
That was exactly what Movi needed. Clean round, get rid of all those pistols, no real problems, despite the utility North opted to invest into it. They just couldn't get anything from it. And now an opportunity. First rifle buy, as you said, 5 AK-47s coming up for North to try and put a stop to what is starting to become a little bit of momentum over on the CT side of things. I think somebody has definitely started screaming in the team speakers. It's going to be a slow control play. Looking to get aggressive down Banana is Mopoz. He's already chunked to 22, but more damage being done through the smoke as it's Cade who goes down to 16 respectively. So it's an early trade back and forth, and it's just going to be a question of who it favors as this round continues. Nobody really looking for anything on Banana any longer, so Alex should be able to get the information and potentially start to allow these rotations. Still 3 players over on A for Movistar Riders as well, with some good opening damage to convert on. This is looking decent for the CT side.
Steps in mid. So that's audibles called by Steel. They've already got the 3 players here, though. Cajun close to the boiler. Mid gets smoked off, so it's going to be difficult for them to come into the peak. In fact, look at Steel go. Cajun, he better not get caught with a nade out. Steel, he drops that molly in boiler. Easter's close to the smoke. North, they just buy time.
That molly's huge. It's bought even more now for the Movistar Riders, and North, they're looking like they're starting to run out of ideas. They were fully set for that A hit. They have looped right back. It's going to be up Banana. Alex is jump spotting this. He'll be able to call the info. The early lurk will be caught immediately. Eastor to take him out of the equation, and now Mopoz will just dump utility. He'll buy as much time as possible because there's only 15 seconds left, and already the rotations have come in. Already Alex is posted in the pool. The spray down good for one, but his teammates are there to back him up immediately. Mopoz on low HP traded, but it's still a 3v1 for AZ, and he's got no more time. He'll get one consolation frag, but that will be it. It will be another round on the board for the Movistar Riders, and I think we're starting to see some signs of life in their CT side.
Yeah, we absolutely are. 4 rounds in a row, no bomb plants. That one actually gets the closest as well in terms of the CT round wins. The clock is what decides it. 2 survivors, 4 riders. And I want to just say nice utility. I mean, think about the way North were set up outside of mid. Whatever it is they wanted to do, they weren't allowed to because of the consistency of the smoke and the incendiaries and just riders timing their utility to a T. So from that, yes, there is absolutely something to talk about here for riders. This is a strong CT showing so far. The worry, of course, is that the first half, it left them with such a non-existent margin of error. So go ahead and show us all the great things you want to. It's just going to take North with like 1 force buy win or 1 straight up A rush or a couple of moments, kind of like Vertigo, where they were able to win the 2v4s, etc. You know, we cannot sleep on North. There's a headshot from MSL to start this one. That's a little bit of the A site in question, and they immediately rock this boat back towards B. And it's Mopoz jump. Oh my God! He gets the headshot on the jumping Mopoz. Then he gets into the M4. MSL is doing this on his own. He has all 3 frags in this one. I just said it was gonna take something special, and holy shit, MSL delivers.
You called it, and now it's a 3v2 retake, and they're questioning themselves. There's 2 rifles on this bomb site. AZ has full armor behind it. Eastor has really got to pull something special off here, but they've got 1 smoke. There is no utility to flush these angles, and look at this from North. They are playing it perfectly. The peak so well timed. MSL, he's on for the ace. He wants it as well through the coffins. AZ will steal it, but that doesn't take anything away from MSL. The hero play comes out exactly like you called. It was perfect. The Teagle headshot was just indescribable, honestly. And from there, North have got their 14th, and Movistar, they have got to be reeling because you cannot predict that. You cannot play for that. It was the safest thing Mopoz could do, and he was still punished for it.
He's just jump spotting down Banana. Like, that is the equivalent of being an innocent bystander. And MSL just slaps him with the drive-by. MSL through the smoke gets Eastor. Oh my. What is it going to take to stop this guy? I mean, if he has to put the team on his back and just carry this to the win, then it's only going to take a couple of more rounds like that last one. Sure, they lose AZ to this first B fight, but so what? You've got a 4 versus 4 with a minute 20 on the clock, tons of utility, and better weapons. But Mopaz versus MSL posted on the ops 25 HP. All that he had left over. A grenade could have done it. Not even an elaborate play. Just a heads up op fight to the favor of MSL. Lowell, he's gonna sweep away a player at the A site, but if it's not up to Alex, I don't know what Riders are gonna have. He's gonna decide to run through smoke. Down he goes. MSL gives cover. Oh my goodness. MSL has had enough. MSL has said to himself and his teammates that, guys, we won 12-3 CT side. I am not letting this comeback happen. I am not playing more than 25 rounds. I am putting an end to this now. Hang on. And he just gives us these ridiculous back-to-back rounds. A 4K in the last one, 3 frags here on the B site yet again. This is the 15th for North. They've got themselves 8 map and match points to play.
MSL has just decided that he wants to win this game now. That's all there is to it. He's 22-11. He's got 94 ADR. He's got 363 utility damage. If you could ask any more of a player who traditionally is your AWPer, I think it would be very unfair. A 3-man save as well. As you look across at Movistar Riders and you wonder what on earth they can even bring to the party in the next one, right? They've got no money. They are absolutely broken after 2 stellar rounds from MSL and North. They've got 8 opportunities to finish this 2-0 and to say to Movi, look, we don't lose on Inferno. They have said it before and they're looking to say it again. 2 Deagles, an MP9 and 2 rifles, all that stand in their way of what would be an impressive showing on Inferno.
Yeah, out of the last 5 maps we've had between these teams, this would be the biggest blowout. In fact, that may be even a further stat to delve into there. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, constantly. 16-13, 16-14, 16-11. It's always more than double digits. The last time they had a singular round finish was back at DreamHack Open Seville in 2019. So this would be North taking control of the situation, but Riders have taken control of the start of this round. That first frag versus Christu could be what they need to just hang on to this. Just hang on. Trade frag your way to an 8 at least.
That's all they can really hope for here, is trade frags to give them that opportunity, right? Everything else has been going wrong. The individuals have really been showing up for North, and I just want to emphasize that again. They have really been showing up. It's been absolutely insane, and now they are a man down, but you do not count them out. You never count this North side out at the moment, because they are showing why they deserve to be making their way through, right? They are showing us that they can fight it out, that they can pull off those huge individual plays. Still a 5-on-4 though. With 30 seconds left, they've got to start making their mind up. A 2-man fate coming in over towards B. The utility hoping to draw the players, but it's LOL hanging around the archers who could do all of the work here. Stealing the apartments to back him up on the Deagle. As this push comes through, they're not even going to clear his corner, but 2 quick frags. MSL and AZ, that was a free kill. That never should have gone wrong. The bomb going to be dialed in 4-on-3. And the retake is asked again of the Movistar Riders.
You said it right there, Wolfie. MSL and AZ. MSL and AZ. MSL and AZ round after round. 22 and 23 frags for each of them. And this one's looking very dire for Riders. They're trying to get through that smoke. Mopaz and Alex with at least a couple of kills. It's a 2 versus 2 with a bit of a health advantage, but now it is all on Mopaz, and MSL is still alive. AZ is still alive for only a moment longer. It's 20 HP and a dwindling time on that bomb. MSL, he's going to go ahead and win this one for North, 16-7. An absolute domination on Inferno, a CT side that just would not break under the pressure of the Spaniards. Movistar Riders eliminated from CS Summit 6, and North move forward to the playoffs alongside Vitality here in Group B.
Yeah, North have just put a stamp down on Inferno. They have just said, fine, you can keep picking this against stuff. It's always been close, so it's a logical pick for Movistar, but this time, we are going to shut it down. And it was just the conversions for Movistar. Their 5-on-4 conversion rate on Inferno is 29%. That's not good enough at the best of times. This time it was 20. It was even worse. They just couldn't find anything at all. And if you're not going to be able to find those 4-on-5 conversions, T-side on Inferno, you're not going to win matches, right? CTs have so much utility. They've got so many angles they can peek. You need to have that B plan that you can fall back onto. Just 3 rounds on the T-side, it's not going to work out. And we saw it. They started to think about the comeback, but it was so narrow. They gave themselves no room for error that all it took was that one shot from MSL, and it all fell apart at the seams.
Yep, that ridiculous round from MSL. I mean, luckily we're on the CS Summit, so in hindsight, we can just say, holy fuck, MSL. My God, man, that round with the Deagle over the wall. What a sick way to just crack open the B site. But listen, folks, this series is done, and it doesn't mean that the action comes to an end here on the B stream for the 6th CS Summit. In 1 hour's time, exactly 1 hour's time, we're going to be going live with our second best of 3, which will feature ENCE and Heroic. And funnily enough, just like what you just watched, this is the rematch of the opening game down in Group C. So ENCE and Heroic in 1 hour's time. Wolfie will still be joining me, thank goodness, and we'll see you guys there. So go get a snack and bring it back.